Have you ever realized that when you step into a room and you've got your best suit on and you've gone to multiple places, you hear compliments over and over again? This is exactly what happens when you upgrade your audio to a headset like the one I'm going to show you today. So, in this video, I'm going to share with you my experiences of using the Yealink WH64 for the last 9 months. You can see I've had it for a while. That's why it's looking like this. But this is what you get, a nice little cover on there. You get a black pouch charging stand and the headset itself. In this case, this is the stereo version. It comes in mono, it comes in stereo, and it comes in what's called Teams version and UC version. The Teams version, what that means is that out of the box for Teams users, it's absolutely plug and play. You don't have to pre-configure anything. It's just going to work right out of the box. You can use the Teams version with any application. It also comes with its own power supply. You get a computer cable that is USB. You also get an additional cable that you can use to connect your Yealink device. So let's start out on the base. On the backs, you have several plugs. You have your power, busy, auxiliary is where you're going to connect those devices and adapters for additional phones. You have your phone and you have your PC. So there's no way you're going to mix those up. They all have different interfaces. On the front, you've got, comes with this little cover. You can remove that or you can leave it on. Like I've left it on for 9 months. That's why it's got a bunch of little fingerprints on it. But you've got a very easy to use display so that you always know when you're connected to your phone or your PC. And for those Teams users, you have an additional Teams button on the display itself. You also have indicators that let you know at any single time if you're muted. It's also good to know your battery level and when the headset is connected to the base. And why would you need that? Well, some people, when they're using their headset, they like to turn it off, like me. And right here, if you were to turn your connection off or you lose sync with the base for whatever reason, the indicator will let you know that. So now let's take a look at what's on the headset. You have several buttons. You have your power on. You also have a Bluetooth pairing. The same button serves to connect to your Bluetooth. All you'd need to do to connect and pair via Bluetooth is move and hold the button down for about 2 seconds, and it'll go right into Bluetooth pairing mode. As you can see, it's starting to flash because it's looking to pair. You also have on here volume up and down. One of the big reasons people scramble on Zoom or Teams is mute. Now, I want to show this to you from this side of things. When you're on Zoom, all you need to do to mute, let's say I'm on Zoom right now, I'm talking. Now I need to go grab some water or I'm hungry. Boom. Immediately, you see that you are muted right on your screen, on your laptop or your PC monitor. You're muted. It also notifies you you're muted and you get a little notification tone. So there's 3 ways of you knowing you are muted so that you can do this. Or if you had a snack and you're hungry, you get the munchies. I get the munchies. You could take your bite of whatever your favorite food or thing you're munching on, Doritos, I don't know, whatever you eat, and come back into the conversation. So if you stepped away and went to the bathroom, you hear every single second of the conversation. You come back, oh, hey, Joe, what is it? What's going on with this report? Bam, you're right back into the action. You see that you're unmuted. Now there's a second way to mute. And there's this red button here that can also mute. And why would you have 2 mute capabilities? Well, some people that are on calls a lot, like myself, sometimes you don't want to go up and down quite a bit. And it may be that you're going back and forth, depending on your work. This is going to be one of those small things that can make a huge difference. So you may not be into the up and down action, which is okay. Now let me show you what else is on here. On the headset, you have a USB-C port. When you're charging it, you always have your charging stand where you can easily put it right in there and you don't ever have to think about charging. That's the easy button for you, especially for you folks that need to have something where your headset lives on your desk or somewhere it has a home. This little bar right here acts as your busy light indicator. And right in here, this little area here, this is the call control button. I don't know if you can see me pressing on it, but when you press on this, the top area, this is your call control button. So if you are on let's say you want to hang up a call, all you'd have to do is press this button and it can hang up a call on your Avaya or your Polyphone. Just make sure that when you're doing that, you have the additional EHS accessory that is made for Poly. Yealink has a number of EHS accessories. EHS 35, EHS 40, here's the 35, and the 60. They're made for different phones. This is the EHS wireless headset adapter, EHS 60 model. This model will work with Avaya phones, Grandstream phones, Cisco phones, and Poly phones. So if you want remote, let's call it remote control, easy to remember that way. You want remote control so you can roam around the office, and you want to do that from this headset, you're going to want the EHS 60. It'll work on all of the phones I mentioned. And they have a complement of other EHS models. You got questions on that? Drop us a comment. We'll be glad to answer your questions on that. Other buttons that are on here that are helpful to know. For you Teams users, you want to make your life just a little bit easier, there is a Teams button. If you use Microsoft Teams, you're going to really love the fact that you can have this button to bring up your Teams call. You've got notifications. It's just one little thing, one extra thing to make your life easier, especially if you're on Teams quite a bit through the day. One of the other cool things that you can also do with this headset is if you're listening to media, you can go to the next track as well as go back with the plus and the minus button on this headset. So it serves to cover many things that you would normally do. And in the price range that this particular headset comes in, it's really unbeatable. There are other headsets on the market that we sell that are priced significantly higher. Let me give you a rundown on some of the specs for those home gamers that really like to nerd out on some of the specs. This is for you. So what you get with the WH64, you get 32 hours of talk time, which is all day long. And if you got the charger, you're covered more than a day in terms of talk time. The charging time on this is only 90 minutes, and you get a full charge on that. Standby time is an amazing 157 hours for the mono version and a staggering 195 hours for the stereo version. You have a little bit more juice in the battery for the stereo version. In Bluetooth mode, you have 41 hours for the mono and 48 hours for the stereo version of the WH64. That's just a ridiculous amount of talk time and battery for a wireless headset. Very hard to find very many that are going to give you that much battery, especially at the price point for this particular type of device. The headset itself, the stereo version, which is what I have here on the desk, that one weighs 151 grams. It doesn't weigh a whole lot. It's fairly lightweight. I have found it during the 9 months that I've been using it to be very comfortable. No issues there whatsoever when it comes to the weight and placement of it. The mono version only weighs 92 grams. So obviously the mono version doesn't have an additional speaker, so it's going to be a little lighter. On the WH64, you have very comfortable earpads, some of the most comfortable that I have seen in a long time when it comes to this style of headset, especially for somebody that's going to use it all day long. You have the ability, as I've said before, to use it with your mobile, your PC, and to use it with your desk phone. You can use all three at the same time. It's got two different wireless technologies, DECT and Bluetooth. The Bluetooth piece is for the mobile connectivity. The DECT is for connecting it from the headset itself to the base. So you've got two different technologies because it's got a hybrid chip. This is actually the best of both worlds. This is what you want when you want the least amount of problems when it comes to using wireless. A headset that delivers on this hybrid technology is one that can work across many different industries, many different use cases. So it's one that really does well and checks off a lot of those boxes. One of the other important things with a headset like this, especially for home users, is the noise canceling capability. I have some demos where I'm going to show you how effective it is, but needless to say, it comes with their 2.0 version of that technology, which they call Acoustic Shield, which is designed to block background noises and ensure clear communication at any time when you're talking to somebody or when you're not, because you don't want all those distractions to filter into the microphone. It comes with Bluetooth 5.2. So what's the difference between 5.2 and, believe it or not, 4? 5.2 is going to have a more reliable, more stable connection on your Bluetooth connectivity. It's going to give you additional security, which is very important for a good chunk of people out there today. Security is becoming more of an issue. And on 5.2 versus the 5, and definitely over the 4, you will get an improved security capability built into this headset. Now, let me give you a few tips. When you use this headset, one of the things that I've found interesting is that you start off like this. It's completely locked and closed, and you do have the ability to expand so that it's more comfortable, and you do have the headband. But check this out. On the ear cups, you have this ability to rotate. This rotation is what makes it so comfortable. So who is this for? The WH64 is great for those that are at home and you're on the phone all day long. You're on video calls throughout the day. Could somebody use it that's not on the phone all day long? Absolutely. But I think if you spend more than 2 hours a day, you will appreciate the fact that A, you could be comfortable. B, it could make those activities much easier. C, you will find that the audio quality for yourself, what you hear, as well as what others hear, a high quality audio, which then also makes the amount of times you need to talk or repeat yourself, you can reduce that, because now with a high quality mic, you have a better clarity on how to deliver your communications when you're talking. You want to see what this sounds like? Check out this other video. This is what you would sound like when you're talking. As I'm recording this, there's cicadas buzzing around, making all kinds of noise. And you should be able to hear that.